It was a chilly autumn night when Emma decided to move into her new home, a Victorian-era house nestled deep in the woods. The place had been abandoned for years, its windows dark and the once beautiful garden overrun with weeds. But Emma, with her love for old, forgotten things, couldn't resist its charm. She thought a little love and care could restore its former glory. Her first night there was peaceful, though eerily quiet. The wind howled outside, making the trees groan and the house creak. Emma sat by the fireplace, the only source of light and warmth in the grand, shadow-filled living room. She felt oddly at ease, despite the unsettling atmosphere of the old house. As the clock struck midnight, Emma decided to go to bed, but as she climbed the staircase, she felt a cold draft. Though all the windows were shut tight, a faint whisper echoed through the hallway. She paused, straining her ears. Emma. Her heart skipped a beat. It couldn't be real, she thought. Maybe she was tired, shaking off the strange feeling. She continued to her bedroom, locking the door behind her. That night, Emma dreamed of a woman in a long, tattered dress, her face obscured by shadows. The woman stood at the foot of her bed, whispering her name over and over again. The next morning, Emma brushed it off as just a nightmare. But as the day went on, strange things began to happen. Objects weren't where she left them. Doors creaked open on their own. And at night, the whispering returned. Emma, come with me. Determined not to be frightened, Emma began to investigate the history of the house. She discovered that a woman named Margaret had once lived there. Margaret had disappeared mysteriously over a century ago, and it was said her spirit lingered, searching for something or someone. That night, the whispering grew louder, more insistent. Emma, come to me. Unable to ignore it any longer, Emma followed the voice down the hallway to a door she hadn't noticed before. It led to the attic. Her hand trembled as she turned the knob. Inside, the air was thick with dust, and the faint smell of decay lingered. In the corner of the attic was an old mirror, cracked and covered in cobwebs. As Emma approached, the whispering stopped. She stared into the mirror, her reflection distorted by the cracks. Then, out of the corner of her eye, she saw her, the woman from her dream, standing behind her, eyes hollow, face pale. Come with me. The woman whispered. Frozen with fear, Emma couldn't move. The woman's cold, bony hand reached out from the mirror, pulling Emma closer. She screamed, trying to break free, but the grip was too strong. The last thing she saw was the woman's face, twisted in agony, as she was dragged into the darkness of the mirror. The next morning, the house stood silent once more, the wind whispering through the trees. Emma was gone, leaving no trace behind, just like Margaret. And now, if you listen closely on a cold, windy night, you can still hear the whispering in the shadows. Come with me.